Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe and Ecomi video, man. In this one, we're going to be checking out Andrei Jikh and Stephan actually speaking a little bit about the Omi token. And this time around, it's not in the greatest light. Definitely not in the greatest light, but I mean, we do like to hear different perspectives, different thoughts and things like that, and how people are looking at the investment, because it is very informative seeing how some of the potential giants in this community, or who could be potential giants in this community, how they see the token. So this is very important for all of us as investors to see how people on the outside are looking at the project. So if anything is going to be educational, obviously you all know how bullish I am on the project, so I'm more than likely not going to agree, but yeah, anyway, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, let's jump straight in. Let's hear what they have to say about the token.
Riskiest investment, my YouTube channel.
No.
And that's the context. They're talking about their riskiest investments, the riskiest.
No, I would say publicly what people probably think is my riskiest investment is probably my Pokemon cards that I recently bought.
They think Pokemon cards is risky? Nah, Randy make it look like it's not risky at all, man. Randy out here, I guess he moving right. He know exactly what he doing with it. So shout out to the homie Randy.
Probably assume that is a very risky one. I think 3 to 5 years from now, it'll easily double in value because I think it was significantly undervalued from what I bought at. And I didn't really tell people the price I bought at, but it's lower than people think. And publicly, like actually personally, what I think is actually my most riskiest, what I would say is Omi, the crypto.
So in my opinion, just saying that it's risky isn't that big of a deal to me. To be honest, like, these guys are very conservative, and I don't think that they take huge risks. So for Omi to be the most risky thing, you can't even withdraw your funds from the VeVe app right now. They're not on exchanges yet. I mean, like, once you've looked at their history, once you've done a lot of research and done a lot of digging into this company, you gain some trust for them. Once you realize their history of sticking to their word and things like that, that's when you build this trust and rapport with the company and the CEO and COO and things like that. But if you're not doing all that, if you're not an active part of this community, it's very risky, man. It's very, like, you're literally just trusting random guys, a random CEO and his company to fulfill their promises. So I can see how that would be risky, especially if they're only invested in things like Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that. If they're only invested in the stuff that's less speculative, because NFTs in and of itself is still kind of speculative. So, I mean, yeah.
I'm down substantially on it. I still have it. Graham pulled out on time. I still have mine.
Oh yeah, no, I bought it and sold within hours. I bought into it and I realized, like, what am I doing? This is a mistake.
You sold because you saw, which I did not see this. You sold a sketchy character talk about it, which I didn't know. I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't know that he was sketchy. If I had seen that, I would have pulled out too. But that doesn't mean that Omi's sketchy in general. I think they're doing good things, and I think there is potential, but I think it's extremely risky, and I wouldn't suggest anybody.
It was part of so many just groups that
Well, he said he was part of so many groups. So I think I know who they're talking about, man. We covered this a while ago. We covered, like, the speculation towards an individual in the community. Like, the speculation was that he was leading groups and suppressing the Omi token and things like that. He's like, that's and it was speculation that, well, it was allegations that he had done this before with previous projects that he was a part of, and he was an advisor for Ecomi. So I like this, it pretty much sounds like this is the guy that they're talking about. And while there is some concerns maybe around that area, I think that they should have, like, listened and heard some of the solutions and some of the things that's going to prevent that from happening in the long term, because ultimately this should have been seen as a long-term investment more so than something in the short term anyway. But I feel like when people invest in crypto, they're not looking to really invest long term. People are not used to actual long-term crypto investments. People are used to seeing returns fast, and I think that like when you invest like something like Omi has never been done before and never been seen before in the crypto space. So it takes really deep diving and getting a little bit more educated. So I'm actually shocked Graham would jump in and jump out. Like he struck me as the type to do a lot of research. Now, kudos to him for being able to find out about the sketchy figure, but I mean, there's definitely more to the story. It's like obviously we all know about the sketchy figure and we didn't decide to sell. We decided to stay in. And it's not because we're in too deep or anything. It's because we still believe in the project and we know that it's going to go farther because of the team that's behind the project. But yeah, man, I would think that they would do a little bit more research. But to be fair, Omi does not seem like something personally that I think Graham would ever have invested in to begin with. I don't think that this is the investment for him because it is long term. NFTs in itself is speculative. He seems very too conservative for the ups and downs of something like Omi. He seems like the type of guy to invest in something once a bunch of people feels like it's safe. So if all of his circles of friends can agree that, okay, something like Bitcoin or something like Ethereum, he seems like the guy to invest in like the 100% solid things. I don't think that he's the type to take any type of risk whatsoever. So I would be surprised if he's invested in Cardano. I mean, I don't know if Graham is, but Cardano is seen as a little bit more risky than some of the other ones. So like I think that may be too much of a risk for him as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised about Graham, but I don't know. Andre seems like he could be regretting his decision a little bit too. Like, and that's sad, of course, but
I did not know that.
I think that that's his circle of friends, though. Like, obviously, your circle of friends is going to influence the things that you think and feel as well. So,
If I had seen that, I would have pulled out too. But that doesn't mean that Omi's sketchy in general. I think they're doing good things, and I think there is potential.
So if he had seen that, he would have pulled out too. Yeah, I like these guys. I feel like they're at a level where they can get some. They know how to do research, so they probably just researched the figure in the community and saw that is it really worth it? Like some guy holding a vendetta against the company, is it really worth the risk? They probably had some friends or something that they could talk to and really get more information, because all the stuff going on, all the speculation and stuff like this, it's not a secret. All these allegations, it's not a secret. There are people in Wales and stuff who know about all this stuff, who talk about this stuff in the background. It's just that nobody wants to actually come public and talk about it because obviously the allegations is this guy goes after everybody. So who would want to go out and who wants to waste their time? Even if they could, who wants to just waste their time in a pointless fight? Like the people that I'm seeing and hearing stuff from, they're just like, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. It's not worth the risk. So I mean, yeah, it's sad, man, but let me know what you all think about this. How do you all feel about this? I feel like they definitely should have dug a little bit deeper. They definitely should have dug a little bit deeper. It seems like Andre is just in too deep and he can't get out if he wanted to. I think he feels like he's trapped right now, but honestly, I think that it's going to be a pleasant surprise for him because he's here. Unless as soon as he hits his break even point, unless he just gets out immediately, then I mean, I guess he's going to be shocked. Like these guys have to do research. Now, all due respect to these guys, they're kings and they're amazing in their respective industries, but if you're going to invest in something, you have to do your research. You really have to do your research and understand what you're invested in. I know you're an expert in one field, but if you're going to put your money somewhere, you should at least be an expert at where your money is going as well. You should know enough to fully understand what's going on for your investment. I wouldn't just put money random places, but that's just me personally. Like not listening to an advisor or anything like that, because an advisor is just going to advise you on the things that they really believe in, the things that their technical analysis may support or whatever, or them and their group of friends believe in. Like, it's still like, it's trusting another man. Like, if you can't understand it yourself as an investor, it's very risky. If you can't understand everything going on, it's a very risky investment. So, yeah.
But I think it's extremely risky, and I wouldn't suggest anybody.
It was part of so many just groups.
I did not.
And he said he wouldn't suggest anybody. Like Andre said, he wouldn't suggest it to anybody. So yeah, it seems like he doesn't really want to be in it anymore.
I know that.
Jumped right out and put it all in Bitcoin and made it all back. So
yeah, right. Well, so yeah, as far as biggest potential, I think Ethereum.
Biggest potential. I mean, Ethereum's gonna go crazy, man. But people are really sleeping on Omi. I feel like people are sleeping on Omi, and I don't know, man. I can just give you all my perspective. Like, you all have seen my recent videos where we talk about the NFT space and how I think it's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and how I think it's going to really impact a lot of different industries, and the world is going to turn to the brand and company that you can trust, which is the most powerful brands in the world. I feel like when it comes down to the NFT space, after the bubble has fully popped and NFTs start to go downhill, the NFT projects is going to really have the trust is going to be VeVe, because they have all the licenses. It's like VeVe is going to be trusted because of what they've been able to accomplish with some of the greatest brands the world has ever known. So I feel like a lot of this opportunity that's going to come in the NFT space is going to make its way to VeVe eventually. So yeah, I mean, I think that there's way more positive when it comes to VeVe than there is negative, and way more positive when it comes to Omi than there is negative. So I think that they should definitely dive a little bit deeper. I feel like Graham is going to regret his decision in the long run, of course. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Do you all agree with their stance? Do you disagree? Obviously, a lot of people are probably going to disagree with them, but let me know y'all thoughts. Be sure to drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you can stay updated. And yeah, I'm going to catch you all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.